Hello, everybody. It's a report about Jupiter and Venus, and I mentioned on Facebook I'm gonna make a report about this. I'm gonna try to make it like within 5 minutes, simply because all you need is the understanding. There was a lot about talk about this shifts, about what's going on and what the story is, and I don't want to add more into to the pictures of the what it was said. The thing it is to understand of what actually is going on. So basically, when a planet shift retrogrades, there is a this pre-shadow period, like preparation. Uh, this is the shadow period itself, and then the planet it stops. Well, if after it stops, there is this shift moment, and after the shift moment, it turns retrograde. When it turns retrograde, whatever happened of your pre-shadow period, okay, it was you to get prepared for it. You to understand that something's going to happen. On the shadow period, you start feeling this shift of happening. And when the planet stops, is the actual moment of shift. And when the planet shift, then the things start going completely backwards of what used to be. To remind you that the retrograde planets affect awakened people. When I'm talking about awakened people, those are people who are empaths, mediums. Um, they are doing a lot of energy work. Those are light workers, Reikis. Affect some of the intuitive readers, tarot readers, some of the intuitive readers from coffee. Also affects all the people who awaken within the soul. And those are the people that are in the divine relationships, soulmate relationships, of course, the favorite part, which is I am twin flames. And what's happening with all this? What was that all about on it? I want to go back to of the pre-shadow period. On the pre-shadow period, there was a messages that you got of what's coming up, what's going on. That you will be looking into yourself to be your true self, and you were like preparing for it. You knew something's going to happen. There was a visions on it. If that was about energy work, if that was your energy master, it was showing you what you need to learn, what you missed in the past, where you need to focus your energies on to of it. If you're a Reiki master, you probably went in and you reevaluate the way you do your things on it. Simply, or where else it's happening into it, it's that for the people who are awakened, what did that mean for them is that there was a lot of dreams, there was a downloads, there was a lot of new information that was given to the people through dreams, through daydreaming, through a deja vu's. You dream something, and all of a sudden, the next 2 days, boom, it's actually happened. You see the actual thing that happened on it. And right now, what happened is Venus already moved as a retrograde. A lot of the people feel uncomfortable. They felt crying. They felt of releasing, purging of things that they could have get it done before. So now, when a Venus moved, they feel the pain on it. But this is a pain of change. You have to be happy about this. You're not stuck. There is something's changing, and that part is going to be changed. Is that when a Venus is moved from Aries, on the other side, on the opposite side of the zodiac, is actually in retrograde mode. It's Jupiter, and those two are the love powerhouses in the astrology. And when they're the way they are right now as a retrograde, they're both create this correlation of showing you where is your growth at love, that the love is in the soul. Jupiter on Libra represents Zeus, the growth that brings the energies out. And Venus represents the love as it's in the body, onto. So now Venus understands what's love in the body, but she needs to learn the love within the soul. And that's why when she turns right now, retrograde from Aries, she's going to go back to Pisces, where her soul is going to learn the things about soul love. She's going to go ahead and realize what real love is. And when Venus turns go back into direct, then we're going to go back to another shift of the love. But this time, it's going to be empowering. This time, you're going to be empowered with the positions of the soul. You're going to be more stronger. You're not going to be more weak. If that was a soul-based relationship, you will be feeling more strong. If that is about remote healing, okay, you will be probably gain much more when you understand that there is a new vibration within the soul that you can put into our individual, so you can be able to do the remote healing out there. And we're gonna be watching that period when it's going on. But I want to say some few more things. We're gonna be expecting beginning April. There's gonna be some 4 planets that's gonna be on retrograde mode, and some of you is gonna start feeling on March this power of the retrogrades. Zoet. The first I want to mention, it's our good friend Mercury retrograde. It's gonna be really in a retrograde mode, and it's got this pre-shadow period of messages that you have to understand, because he's the messengers of God. And then we're gonna start feeling beginning of the middle of March. We're gonna start feeling Saturn retrograde. And when a Saturn retrograde comes in, that is actually the secrets exposed. So it's going to be a very interesting moment of this retrogrades. But you have to understand the retrogrades are about you to clean of what you cannot clean during one of the planets in direct motion. And when the planets becomes retrograde, you clean the soul. A lot of the people, they had tears in their eyes. A lot of the people felt like crying. A lot of people felt like these emotions of an anxiety, of sadness, and simply because you're still hanging out to the material self, and now the energy is shifting you to a soul self, and you're like, well, I still want to have attachment to the material self. Well, this is the weather. The weather, it's like you can't say I love the summer and I don't want to go to the winter. You cannot control this part, except that you have to let go of the summer, go through fall, and going into the winter. And each of the seasons has its own beauty. And that's why you have to understand that each of the retrograde planets, when they become retrogrades, they have their beauty. They do something more beautiful work. And don't take it this as a negative part. It's not about the negative, it's about the understanding, because most of the people, they don't do this work within the soul to cleanse it. They don't have these realizations to look deep inside of them and says like, I was wrong. I admit my own faults. I I was wrong. I shouldn't react the way I do. but admit it to themselves so they can find their own peace for themselves. And that's why Venus, then it's going in a retrograde, will be actually forcing extremely on that part. Are you being true to yourself? When a Saturn turns retrograde, that's gonna be a secret exposed. And those secrets exposed, I expecting a lot of things to come out and open. Government secrets, projects. Somebody's been doing something in secret. Now it's public, and it wasn't the right thing. So we're gonna be watching the news. We're gonna see the things, what is gonna go, what's gonna happen. But for you out there, it's important to understand that there is nothing as bad as it seems. Because when you cry, when you take that sadness away from you, you're actually healing the soul. You're healing part of you that was was suffering. And it's good to cry. It's because you heal. You just go through the emotion, you let it go, and then you understand. The understanding for yourself what was the real situation. And that's why this part of retrogrades is to turn the energy back to internal us, deep inside of ourselves. And that's why you gotta be happy when there is a retrograde planet, because it helps us to understand the stuff that we refuse to see. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do the astrology report in a little bit. Be love.